My beloved, be still for a moment. This space, this exact breath, was set aside for you before the clock learned your name. You did not stumble here. You were led quietly, deliberately. I have been waiting for your yes. You have heard many voices lately, each one louder, each one claiming urgency. But listen deeper. Beneath the noise, there is a pulse that does not panic. That is where I speak. That is where you begin to hear the real test approaching. You asked me, can I trust what I feel? Can I trust what is unseen? You can. Because I placed the unseen inside you before the visible learned to boast. I taught your spirit to recognize truth, not by proof, but by peace, and peace never lies. The test does not arrive with thunder. It arrives as a small choice that hides in your ordinary day. It comes dressed in calm. It asks, not if you can run, but if you can remain. You will hear a door before you see it. The sound will be soft, a hinge exhaling, a handle warming, a floor remembering. Your step, do not be afraid of that sound. It is the echo of everything I prepared long before you doubted your readiness. There are forces that want you distracted before you reach it. They will send confusion like perfume. They will offer hurry disguised as responsibility. But you will know them by one sign. They demand you move without peace, and peace is always my signature. I did not come to flatter you. I came to steady you. You are not fragile. Though the world has rehearsed that lie around you, you are the keeper of a quiet that outlasts storms. That is why you are tested, because you carry something that noise cannot imitate. Can I trust you with this test? That question will echo in your chest, not once, but many times. Do not rush to answer it with your mouth. Let your life answer it by remaining kind. When convenience runs out, you have walked through rooms that called your stillness weakness. You have been told that silence means surrender, but I tell you, silence is how strength breathes. When you stand without shouting, darkness loses its script. The test will weigh your motives. It will ask if you still choose what is right when no one is clapping. It will ask if your yes still means yes after the applause fades. It will ask if you can bless even the hand that misunderstood you. Do not look for me in the noise of approval. Look for me in the pause that follows. Disappointment, that is where I hide wisdom too. Heavy for the proud to carry, that is where I whisper the next instruction. This door, beloved, is not far. It is nearer than your breath. It opens by alignment, not effort. When your spirit and truth agree, the latch releases on its own. You have feared the test because you thought it might expose your weakness. But tests in my hand reveal design, not defect. They show you the pattern I built inside your heart, the rhythm of trust that still works even when everything else stops. They are not punishment. They are permission to grow. When others tug, do not tug back. When they mock, do not explain. When they rush, do not follow. Stillness is your armor. Gentleness is your sword. Every time you choose calm over chaos, you remind the unseen who you belong to. You will face voices wearing smiles. They will say, "We mean well." But beneath their kindness lives control. They will try to move you by guilt, by urgency, by fear of missing out. Do not trade your peace for their permission. The test is hidden there, in the small yes that would cost your center. Feel the handle now. Do you sense how it fits your hand? I shaped it for your grip alone. The wood remembers the weight of your obedience. It opens not when you push, but when you trust. Hurry will whisper, "You're losing time." But I measure by faith, not by speed. The clock serves you. It does not own you. Every breath you take in peace shortens the distance between promise and fulfillment. I have seen your nights, the quiet ones, where you rehearse old losses and wonder, if I still remember you. I do. I never left the hallway. Where you stopped believing in your worth, I waited, lamp in hand, until you were ready to try again. The door will not test your strength. It will test your patience. It will not demand perfection. It will demand honesty. It will not ask for proof. It will ask for presence. And presence is how heaven recognizes its own. Can I trust you with this test? Then do not seek comfort in applause. Seek endurance in silence. You will not always understand the reason, but you will always feel my nearness if you stop running from it. When correction comes, receive it like rain on dry ground. When praise comes, let it pass through you like wind through open fields. Do not build a throne for either. Both are temporary. You think I want performance, I want partnership. You think I need grand gestures, I need steady hands, the kind that open small doors, faithfully, until whole worlds change quietly behind them. There will be a moment soon when everything in you wants to prove itself. Resist that moment. I am not asking you to prove. I'm asking you to stay. Proof convinces spectators. Staying convinces eternity. Look around. The light you thought you were chasing is already on your floor. It paints a thin path, a line of living fire leading forward. You do not have to see the destination, only the next step. Take it. Walk slowly enough to feel me match your pace. Do not measure distance. Measure peace. Every breath that stays aligned adds another hinge to the door of your becoming. Every act of faith oils what once squeaked with doubt. The world will call your calm. Strange, let them. Weapons miss when aimed at what does not move. They will tire. You will not, because you are powered by patience, not panic. I have already prepared what waits beyond the door. I removed the splinters that once wounded your reaching. I strengthened the threshold to hold your new weight. When you cross, you will not strain. You will glide, because this time you are not walking to prove, you are walking to remain. Can I trust you with this test? You already carry the answer inside your chest. It glows when you stop doubting it. It steadies when you breathe slow. It says quietly, yes. Now, beloved, lift your eyes once more. Do not look for fireworks. Look for the familiar turned holy. The hallway that seemed dull is about to hum with purpose. The handle you feared is warm. Again, you know what to do. Turn it, step through, do not announce. Your courage, live it, close the door gently behind. You leave the echo outside to argue with itself. I am here. I am the still air that does not thin under pressure. I am the light that bends around your doubt and still calls your name. Walk on. The first door is no longer waiting for permission, only for your peace. Sit with me for a moment. Beloved, do not rush back into the noise you were rescued from. Let your shoulders drop. Let your thoughts settle like dust in sunlight. You are safe enough now to listen. You have walked through the first door, and the air feels different. It is softer, but it carries truth like fragrance. This is the place where reflection begins. This is where I show you not what others see, but what I remember. You have been mirrored by many faces. Some looked at you through their wounds and called it love. Some saw their fear in your calm and called it arrogance. Some could not see you at all, only their need for someone to fix what was never yours to heal. And yet through every reflection, I kept one clear image safe, the one I gave you when I first spoke your name. This is the test now. Can you trust what I remember about you more than what others repeat about you? Come closer. There is a still pool here, untouched by performance. Its surface is thin as breath. It does not flatter. It does not condemn. It reveals. Lean in. See that shimmer. That is your peace returning. You thought it was gone, but peace never leaves. It waits under the surface until belief calls it back. You thought you were broken. You were only buried under borrowed definitions. Let them fall away. Let the water do its quiet work. The world tells you to project. I tell you to reflect. Projection tries to convince. Reflection simply becomes. You were not made to chase light. You were made to reveal it. When you forget who you are, the test begins again. It comes as a whisper that sounds like wisdom, but smells of fear. It says, prove your value. It says, be impressive or be invisible. Do not answer that whisper. Silence it with stillness. Every time you resist the urge to prove, you polish the mirror. Every time you breathe instead of defend, You clear another layer of fog. This is how clarity is born, not in struggle, but in surrender. Can I trust you with this test? Can I trust you to stop performing long enough to see who you already are? Because when you see it, the enemy loses one of his favorite weapons, comparison. Comparison is a thief that smiles. It pretends to motivate, but it only corrodes. It takes your sacred process and trades it for panic. It wants you to look sideways when I'm teaching you to look inward. Hear me. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not less because another blooms earlier. I wrote your rhythm before clocks existed. And no calendar has the right to shame you for growing. Slow. When you choose rest in the middle of rush, you pass the test others failed without knowing they were taking. The test is not about being better, it's about remembering that better was never the assignment. Being true was. There is a kind of strength that hides inside gentleness. It is not loud, but it lasts. It is not celebrated, but it saves. It's the strength to stay soft after being mishandled. It's the courage to forgive before the apology arrives. This strength is what mirrors me most clearly, because I, too, was misunderstood. I, too, was blamed for silence that was actually protection. I, too, was accused of distance when I was preparing rescue. You reflect me when you remain kind under misjudgment. You will notice, beloved, that truth often arrives quietly. Lies make noise because they need to convince. Truth simply stands and lets time confirm it. Do not panic if others don't see what you see yet. Time is my witness, and it never forgets its script. Come closer again, look deeper. See that light beneath the surface? That is grace remembering its way back into your story. It glows in the very place shame once hid. It is my way of saying, I never stopped believing in you. Can I trust you with this test? Then let go of every version of yourself that was built to impress survival. You don't need them anymore. You are safe in a way you weren't before. You can stop bracing for impact. You can start breathing for beauty. The test now is to stay kind in clarity, because clarity without compassion becomes pride. And I did not anoint you to be right. I anointed you to be real. The world has enough judges. I'm looking for mirrors. Every time you choose empathy over ego, you draw heaven closer to earth. Every time you pause instead of retaliate, angels exhale in relief. Because you, beloved, are learning how to govern peace. You are not here to argue darkness out of existence. You are here to shine until it forgets its lines. You are not a soldier hunting enemies. You are a presence that heals confusion by staying whole. Listen carefully. The next wave of testing will not come as loss. It will come as opportunity. It will look like favor, but it will carry weight. It will ask, can you remain humble when seen? It will ask, can you carry visibility without vanity? It will ask, can you be platformed without becoming proud? Do not fear the stage, fear forgetting why you were trusted with light in the first place. You were not placed there to be admired. You were placed there to remind others of their own reflection. Your calling is not to be followed, but to make following me easier for them. Can I trust you with this test? Then do not despise obscurity. Hidden seasons are not punishment, they are protection. I hide what is holy until the world can handle it. I hide you, not to withhold, but to mature. When I finally lift the veil, do not confuse visibility with validation. You were valuable in silence. You were chosen in the dark. You were known before applause. The light only reveals what I already saw. Now, breathe. Place your hand over your heart. Again, feel that steady rhythm. That is your proof that purpose still pulses even when plans change. That beat is the sound of me staying. You have asked for signs. Here is one. Peace that should not make sense, but does. When it arrives, do not explain it, inhale it. It means you are aligned again. It means the mirror is clear enough to recognize me in you. The test ahead will not be to fight storms, but to remain water, reflective, not reactive. When others stir your surface, Do not chase their ripples. Return to stillness. Stillness is strength disguised as surrender. You will meet eyes that try to read you. Let them. You will meet opinions that try to rename you. Ignore them. You will meet love that tries to own you. Bless it. But do not bow. You are free because your worth is no longer negotiable. This freedom will confuse people who trade identity for attention. Do not dim yourself to ease their discomfort. You were never meant to fit their measurements. You were meant to remind them that they are measuring wrong. You will see many reflections, but only one is true. The one that does not depend on your performance. That is the one I hold before you now. Look again. See peace looking back. See love that does not ask for explanation. See yourself. And know you are not behind, you are becoming. Now, rise, step back from the water, carry the reflection into the noise. Let every encounter be a gentle mirror for those who forgot what light looks like. Do not preach. Peace. Embody it. When the world grows loud again, return here. The mirror will wait. It always does, because I do. Because I trust you to remember what you saw when morning touched the lake. Go now. Beloved, you are ready for the next lesson, and I will meet you there, where reflection becomes radiance and seeing becomes shining. Beloved, come closer. You have seen your reflection in still water, but now I lead you to something stronger. Do not fear the glow ahead. It is not destruction. It is definition. This is where peace learns to stand inside flame and not retreat. The fire is not here to punish you. It is here to prove you, not to expose your shame, but to expose your shape, to show what remains when pretending burns away, to reveal the metal hidden beneath mannerisms. I know you have felt the heat rising lately. You call it stress, pressure, exhaustion, but I call it refining. What feels like collapse is actually alignment. I am turning up what you can withstand because I trust what I placed inside you. Can I trust you with this test? Then let the flame do its work. Stand where the air trembles. Do not flee. Everything that truly belongs to you will not burn. It will brighten. You prayed for clarity. This is how it comes. Fire separates what speaks truth from what merely sounds good. It reveals motives the way dawn reveals dust. It purifies affection until love stops needing reward. You asked for strength. This is how I give it, not by handing you armor, but by teaching you that your skin, scarred and sacred, already carries resilience. I am not making you harder. I am making you whole. Do not resent the strike of my hammer. Each impact is intention. Each echo writes stability into the steel of your soul. Lift, fall, lift, fall. This rhythm is not cruelty, it is creation. You will feel parts of yourself protest. They will say, I can't take more. But they said that before, and yet you're still here. The reason is simple. I have been inside every blaze, measuring temperature by mercy. I never allow the heat that harms, only the one that heals. The enemy wants you to think every challenge is an attack, but some are appointments. I orchestrate even friction to teach endurance. I allow resistance to reveal what's worth holding. When your patience is tested, your authority grows roots. Do not curse the furnace that forms you. Bless it, for every flame that touches you must first pass through my permission. And I never authorize a fire that doesn't end in freedom. You think you are being punished? You are being promoted. This is the classroom of kings and queens, the place where impulse turns into wisdom and reaction becomes revelation. I am not testing to fail you. I am testing to entrust. Can I trust you with this test? Then do not chase relief before revelation. If you leave too early, you will exit with survival, not strength. But if you stay, you will carry fire without being consumed. You will know you have passed when peace no longer depends on temperature, when gratitude lives even inside discomfort, when you can bless what burned you because it taught you to shine. Do you remember the mirror, beloved? Fire refines what reflection revealed. It takes what you Saw and seals it. Reflection showed identity. Fire builds integrity. Am the blacksmith of your becoming. I test the edge of your heart to see if it can cut through deceit yet. Remain tender enough to heal. I heat pride until it melts into humility. I cool fear until it hardens into courage. That is why I call you chosen, because you did not run from the forge. You will hear voices saying, "This is too much, stop." They mean well, but they love your comfort more than your calling. They see smoke and assume suffering. I see smoke and see shaping. I am not cruel. I'm careful. Do not mistake my silence for absence. The forge is loud, and my words hide in rhythm instead of noise. Every swing of the hammer is me saying, "You still have purpose." Every spark is a promise that something valuable is being born. When the heat peaks, remember this: the same element that melts wax tempers steel. Your outcome depends on your substance, not your circumstance. You were never wax. Beloved, you were always steel, soft to love, firm to truth. Can I trust you with this test? Then stop measuring progress by comfort. Comfort never changed the world. Courage did. Growth rarely smiles at first. It groans, but the groan is how grace expands. Let go of the question, when will this end? Ask instead, what is this making of me? Because when you ask that, you shift from victim to vessel. You start seeing purpose in pressure, and pressure, when honored, produces precision. You will face people who misunderstand your fire. Some will call you angry when you're simply passionate. Some will call you distant when you're simply discerning. Do not argue. The fire needs no defense. It proves itself by endurance. Stand still in the glow and watch how fear loses vocabulary. Watch how manipulation burns its own rope. Watch how truth, once tempered, cannot be twisted. I will show you how to hold heat without hatred, how to confront lies without becoming loud, how to carry conviction without losing compassion. This is holiness, not perfection, but wholeness in the middle of friction. You have been taught that fire always destroys, but in my hands, fire restores. It burns only what betrays your design. It consumes confusion, not calling. It refines boundaries until they gleam with purpose. There will be days when you want to step out early. You'll say, "I've learned enough," but I see layers you haven't met yet. Patience, mercy, discernment. These metals lie deeper. Stay a little longer. Every second refined becomes a decade of stability later. When the heat eases, I will cool you in waters that remember my voice. Steam will rise like prayer. Your surface will darken with honesty. Your heart will ring with quiet authority. You will not be brittle. You will be balanced. Can I trust you with this test? Then wear no resentment for the fire. It was the answer to prayers you forgot you prayed. You asked for strength, I sent process. You asked for purpose, I sent pressure. You asked for clarity, I sent confrontation. Every spark had your permission long before it reached. You now look around, the air glows gold. That is not danger. That is destiny revealed. Everything false has fallen. Everything real remains. That is how truth survives the temperature of testing. Walk forward, beloved. Your edges no longer tremble. Your center no longer leaks. You are steady, not because life grew easier, but because you learned to stay when everything screamed run. The world will see you and wonder how you're still gentle after all this heat. Tell them, because gentleness was the goal. Tell them, because power without tenderness is tyranny. Tell them, because love that never learns to stand will always fall when needed most. I am proud of you, not because you impressed me, but because you trusted me through the unbearable. You did not let the flame define you. You let it refine you. Now your light is not decoration, it is declaration. It tells every shadow, I survived truth and I am still kind. Go on. Beloved, the fire bows behind you. Ahead waits the wind, the gentle breath that carries your new strength into new places. You will not burn others with your heat. You will warm them. That is the proof that you passed. Can I trust you with this test? Yes, because you did not flinch, because you stayed when it was silent, because you let me finish what pain started, and now everything around you recognizes you not by what you endured, but by what you became. Walk forward. Ember-hearted one, do not hide your glow. The night does not need perfection. It needs proof that light still lives inside the tested. And that proof, beloved, is you. Beloved, step out of the forge. Do you feel the air shift? The heat no longer bites, it breathes. The wind moves around you like recognition. This is the moment after endurance, the space where strength learns gentleness again. Stand still, let the breeze speak first. It carries whispers older than your fear. It was here before the battle began, waiting for the version of you that could finally hear it. The fire shaped you. The wind now restores you. It moves through the cracks you tried to hide, turning scars into windows. It cools every corner that trembled too long in the furnace. It tells your cells, your soul, your silence, you survived. I am in this wind, not distant, not demanding, present. This is the part of the test most forget, learning how to receive peace after surviving pressure. Many know how to fight, few know how to rest without guilt. Can I trust you with this test? Then let the wind be enough. You do not have to earn calm. You do not have to justify ease. Rest is not laziness. It is loyalty to balance. You have lived long seasons of alertness. Your muscles remember tension as identity, but I did not create you only to brace for impact. I created you to breathe, to build, to bless, to belong. The storm was temporary. Your purpose is permanent. Walk slowly through this air. Listen. Each gust tells stories of where you've been and what you've released. The ashes from the forge no longer cling. They rise, dancing toward the sky. That's what release looks like. Not forgetting, but freeing. You will be tempted to fill silence again. You will feel the pull to rush, to plan, to prove. Don't. Every rush after refining is a thief in disguise. It steals reflection before wisdom can root. This wind will teach you new rhythms, not the rhythm of survival, but of surrender. Breathe in without fear of shortage. Exhale without apology. That is faith in motion. You will notice how everything fragile bends gracefully here. Grass does not resist the wind, it dances with it. Trees do not chase gusts, they yield and still stand. This is wisdom older than words. Flexibility is not weakness, it is maturity. Can I trust you with this test? Then let go of the need to control what flows. Let go of the obsession with knowing what's next. Control builds cages out of curiosity. Faith builds wings out of waiting. You are learning to live between inhale and exhale, the sacred pause that births discernment. Every decision worth keeping will rise from peace, not panic. That's how you will know it's mine. I see you scanning the horizon, wondering what comes after calm. Nothing comes after. Calm is part of the journey, not the break from it. It's not an intermission. It's integration. It's where everything you learned in heat becomes habit in light. The world celebrates movement. I celebrate meaning. The world rewards noise. I reward nuance. The world crowns the loud. I crown the listening. Do not envy chaos. It has an expiration date, but peace is eternal, and it is yours. Feel the wind brushing your face now. That's me writing reassurance across your skin. You once prayed, "Speak to me, Lord." This is me answering without words. I am teaching you to hear me in gentleness, not just in grandeur. You have always equated purpose with push, but sometimes purpose is pause. Sometimes the most obedient thing you can do is breathe and not break the stillness, because stillness is sacred ground too. The wind will remind you of things you buried in busyness, dreams that felt too tender. Joy you postponed until later. Laughter you forgot you were allowed to have. I'm reviving all of it. You think joy is earned, but it's actually inherited. You think rest must be justified, but it's commanded. I built rhythms into creation itself, ebb and flow, dawn and dusk, inhale and exhale. When you resist rest, you resist resemblance to me. Can I trust you with this test? Then hold joy like responsibility, not luxury. Guard your peace like treasure, not decoration. Let quiet be your new courage. There will be those who misunderstand this new pace. They will call your slowness detachment. They will call your serenity indifference, but they are still addicted to urgency. Do not let their anxiety rent space in your soul. You are not called to match chaos. You are called to model calm. Your steadiness will convict what noise could never convince. It will make others ask, what holds them so still? And the answer will be simple: trust. When you walk now, walk with rhythm, not rush. Let your steps echo grace. Let your pace preach peace. The wind will travel with you, translating your calm into comfort for others. Do you feel that? The soft pressure between shoulder blades, that's me guiding, not pushing. That's direction, not demand. When I lead, it feels like flow, not force. You have carried burdens that never belonged to you. Release them into this air. Whisper their names if you must. They will scatter. The wind does not return what grace has lifted. If you ever wonder whether I'm near, close your eyes and notice the breath entering your lungs. That's not just oxygen, that's evidence. You live because I continue to share my breath with you. Every inhale is a reminder that I never left. You have graduated from the lesson of survival. Now comes stewardship. Survival says, I made it. Stewardship says, I will use what I've learned to bring life. That's why I sent the wind, to carry your healed voice into dry places. Can I trust you with this test? Then use your calm as ministry. Let your tone disarm fear. Let your patience break panic. Let your consistency preach louder than opinion. When you meet those still stuck in fire, do not tell them to hurry out. Sit near them. Let your peace become their oxygen. Do not explain, embody. They will breathe easier just standing beside you. You are becoming atmosphere, beloved. Wherever you go, climates change. Despair turns to hope. Anger softens into honesty. Confusion straightens into clarity. This is what refined presence does. It reforms everything around it. There will be moments when the wind grows still again. Do not panic. I have not stopped moving. I have simply invited you to move slower. When I whisper, wait, it's not punishment, it's precision. You are never idle in obedience. Sit by the field for a while. Watch how nothing rushes, yet everything grows. The grass bends, the clouds wander, the earth breathes in patience. This is not delay. This is divine timing rehearsed in silence. I am not measuring you by production, but by peace. I'm not counting your steps, but your steadiness. You cannot impress me with motion, only with maturity. You asked me once, Lord, what if I fall behind? Hear me clearly. You cannot fall behind in a story written outside of time. You are exactly where grace planned to find you. Now let the wind carry my final words for this chapter. You are not only refined, you are renewed. You are not only breathing, you are being breathed through. I am using your calm as conduit, your patience as prophecy. Where you walk, others will feel permission to pause and remember me. When you rest tonight, the wind will guard your dreams. When you wake, it will brush the edges of your purpose and remind you, the fire was never the end. It was the beginning of flight. So breathe, beloved. Inhale, courage. Exhale, control. Let peace have form again. Let trust have texture. Let your lungs remember the language of lightness. I am here. I am the air that never runs out. I am the whisper that does not wander. You can rest now, not because the test is over, but because you have learned how to pass it, even while breathing. Beloved, feel the earth beneath your feet. After the wind comes grounding. After the movement comes meaning. This is where roots remember how to drink again. This is where life, long hidden beneath ashes, starts whispering in green. Do not rush this ground. It has waited for you. Every crack in this soil has memorized your footsteps. It knows the weight of your prayers. the shape of your silence, the rhythm of your waiting. Now it opens, not to test your endurance, but to celebrate your arrival. You have been through the fire, and you have learned the wind. Now I bring you to the place where growth begins, without announcement, no fanfare, no spotlight, no noise, just quiet persistence, the miracle language of earth. I am here, kneeling beside you. My hands press into the same soil that holds your tears. I do not stand above you when you plant again. I kneel with you because planting is partnership, not performance. Can I trust you with this test? Then learn the patience of gardeners. They do not demand fruit before the season. They do not curse clouds that linger. They trust that unseen roots are just as holy as visible blossoms. This ground, beloved, represents every part of your life that looks ordinary but carries eternity. Your work, your words, your waiting, all of it is soil, and what you sow in faith will not return empty. It may delay, but it will never deny. Kneel closer, place your palm against the dirt. Do you feel that faint hum beneath the surface? That is life rehearsing resurrection. That is the pulse of my promise moving. Through matter you once feared barrenness, you thought certain seasons had ruined you beyond repair, but the same ground that looked dead in winter is now soft enough to receive again. Every heartbreak tilled you, every surrender aerated your spirit so grace could breathe. Through I never waste pain. Every tear that fell became moisture. In this very soil, every disappointment became fertilizer for discernment. You are not starting over from emptiness. You are starting over from experience. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not measure progress by applause. The first sprout always looks fragile, but fragility is faith in its earliest form. Trusts growth before it can prove it. Can I trust you with this test? Then tend your garden without comparison. Do not glance at another's bloom and question your roots. Each seed answers to its own sun. Each flower unfolds to its own timing. I am not late in your life. I'm precise. You are learning a holy rhythm now. Work and wait, not hustle and hurry. You plant, you water, you rest. And while you rest, I multiply. The world will tempt you to harvest before ripeness. Do not pick what's not ready just to prove progress. Premature fruit is beautiful, but bitter. Let sweetness take time. Let maturity marinate in silence. There will be weeds, of course, not to destroy, but to teach vigilance. Every garden needs boundaries, not to keep life out, but to protect life within. Your no is as sacred as your yes. Guarding peace is part of growth. You will encounter voices that say, "You're too calm for someone serious about success." Smile. They mistake chaos for commitment. They cannot yet see that rest is resistance against despair. The ground beneath you does not bloom by noise. It blooms by nurture, so speak gently, walk softly, the soil listens. More than you think, it records tone, not just words. I have planted people in your life like seeds. Some sprout quickly, joyful, visible, vibrant. Others take longer, growing deep before they grow. Tall, be patient with them, not everyone blooms. At the same sunrise, you will also notice that some plants begin to fade. Do not cling to what completed its season. Some growths must return to the earth to make room for better fruit. Grieve if you must, but bless what's ending. Every falling petal is prophecy of new color. Can I trust you with this test? Then let me decide which branches to prune. You see loss. I see longevity. You feel pain. I feel preparation. Pruning is not rejection, it is refinement. It is my way of protecting purpose from distraction. There is a kind of obedience that looks like letting go. Not every keep is courage, and not every release is weakness. Sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is stop forcing what I have already finished. Let endings be honest. They are the doorways of beginnings. Look now at what rises beside. You see the tiny stems pushing through. That is hope learning sunlight again. You can almost hear it, soft cracking, subtle stretching. Growth is not silent, beloved. It hums with expectancy. You are walking through your own garden. but you are also becoming one. Your heart is soil. Your thoughts are seeds. Your choices are water. Every act of faith is agriculture in motion. Every small kindness becomes pollen, traveling farther than you imagine. Soon, you will notice others resting in your shade. They will come weary and uncertain, drawn by the scent of peace around you. Do not shoo them away. Your restoration was never meant to be private. You were healed to host healing. When they sit, listen before you speak. Let your patience preach louder than advice. You do not need to convince. You only need to be consistent. Those who watch your steady bloom will remember that stillness can grow things too. You will be tempted to decorate your garden for validation, to add beauty for approval instead of authenticity. Resist that urge true beauty whispers. It does not beg to be seen, it carries confidence in quietness. Can I trust you with this test? Then cultivate truth, not trends. Build depth, not decoration. The world sells sparkle. I grow substance. Choose roots over reach. Choose integrity over impression. You may look around and see barren patches still, untouched. Do not panic. Those are places where I am still digging. Sometimes I must break deeper before you can build higher. Trust the unseen gardener at work beneath the surface. You will feel rain soon. It will fall gently, not as storm, but as promise. Each drop is a reminder. I water what I plant. I never leave seeds to guess their worth. Rain is my reassurance in liquid form. When rain falls, do not run for shelter. Stretch your palms wide. Let it wash away fatigue and false guilt. Let it baptize your new beginning. This is not the flood that destroys. It is the rain that restores. Do you see that rainbow rising faintly on the horizon? It is not cliché. It is covenant. It is my way of signing the sky to say, you and I are still in agreement. Every color is a word, and every hue speaks faithfulness. Red says I redeemed. Blue says I remember. Green says I continue. And gold says I will finish what I began. The ground beneath you echoes it all. Every blade of grass is testimony that death never wins where love keeps sowing. Every bloom is proof that endings are only disguised beginnings. Now, beloved, walk with me through these rows. Look how variety flourishes together. Different shapes, different shades, same sunlight. Diversity is not disorder, it's design. I planted it that way so you'd learn unity without uniformity. You will meet others whose gardens look nothing like yours. Do not compare. Celebrate. Their fragrance fills where yours cannot reach. Together you form a field, not a competition. You are learning community again. The fire refined you alone. The garden reconnects you together. Isolation built intimacy with me. Restoration builds influence with others. Both are sacred. Both are necessary. Can I trust you with this test? Then love widely without losing your boundaries. Give freely without feeding. Manipulation. Be kind without becoming careless. I will show you where to pour and where to pause. Some will not understand this peace you carry. They will mistake it for pride or distance. They will tug at your leaves, wanting constant access to your shade. Do not apologize for protecting what took years to grow. Boundaries are love-wearing wisdom. Every sunrise that touches this field will awaken new assignments. Small tasks, divine nudges, holy interruptions. Do not overlook them. Greatness is built from little. Obedience is stacked faithfully. What you water daily becomes what others call destiny. Later, you once thought miracles were sudden. Now you see they are steady. They sprout quietly, watered by unseen faithfulness. Every day you stayed patient was a miracle already, happening in slow motion. Let your gratitude grow. Wild thankfulness keeps the soil fertile. Worship is not just singing, it's tending. When you thank me, you pull weeds before they choke joy. The air smells different now, doesn't it? That's the fragrance of fulfillment mixing with humility. I waited to release this scent until you could enjoy it without pride. Now you can inhale without needing credit. That is maturity. and it smells like heaven. Soon harvest will come, not chaos, not scarcity. Harvest, abundance measured by peace, not possessions, fruit that feeds, not flatters, increase that inspires, not inflates. When it arrives, remember this: abundance is not applause, it's assignment. You are blessed to bless, you are filled to overflow, you are multiplied to distribute, not to hoard. Can I trust you with this test? Then let generosity be your gravity. Give without grudge, sow without spreadsheet, because when you trust my cycle, supply becomes second nature. The ground beneath you will sing this truth in every rustle of leaves. There was purpose in every pause, healing in every delay, wisdom in every wound. Let that be your melody. Let that be your memory. You will notice, someday soon, someone kneeling where you once broke. They will whisper the same doubts you once voiced. Kneel beside them. Show them your scars turned seeds. Tell them what I taught you. Nothing is wasted when it's surrendered. And when the sun begins to set over your harvest, do not fear the dark. Night no longer threatens the one who has seen me in fire, wind, and rain. The stars above your garden will shimmer like promises you haven't even prayed yet. Each one carries your name in light. Walk the rows one last time today. Touch the leaves. Thank the roots. Bless the earth. It has been faithful, and so have you. Tomorrow new tasks will sprout. New faces will arrive. New dreams will unfold. But tonight, breathe gratitude until your heart glows. I am here, still walking beside you. The original gardener who never clocks out. My hands remain dirty with devotion. My breath steady with blessing. Everything you touch now carries trace of me. Every word you speak carries seed. So go, beloved planter. Go with humble hands and open heart. Scatter peace like pollen. Water hope where despair once dug trenches. Tend gently. Harvest slowly. Love deeply, for this is the truth beneath every season. Fire refines, wind restores, earth rebirths, and love sustains it all. Can I trust you with this test? Yes, because you have learned not only to survive seasons, but to serve them, because you no longer chase miracles, you become them. Because where you stand now is no longer barren ground, it is holy soil, blooming quietly under your care. And as you lift your eyes to the horizon, see the shimmer ahead. That is the promise field stretching into eternity, waiting for the lantern you carry next. Walk with me there, beloved. The garden has done its work. Now begins the glow, beloved. The garden sleeps now. The wind has softened into breath. The earth beneath you hums quietly. Content, you have walked through door and mirror, fire and field, and I am still here, unchanged, unhurried, unending. Look at your hands. Do you see the glow resting there? It is not the fire's memory. It is its purpose. That light does not fade when darkness gathers. It grows clearer. It is the lantern I have placed in you. Can I trust you with this test? It is no longer about standing or surviving. It is about carrying, to carry peace through noise, mercy through misunderstanding, love through loneliness. This is the work of light, not to escape the night, but to walk through it without fear. You are no longer searching for my presence. You are radiating it. Every word you speak now has weight. Every silence has warmth. You have become what you once waited for. Steady hope in human form. Walk forward. Do not rush. Do not announce. Lanterns are not loud. They are faithful. They do not argue with shadows. They reveal what's true one step at a time. That is enough. You are enough. This road will twist. You will pass others carrying their own lights. Some dim, some flickering, some almost gone. Do not judge their flame. Shield it. Cup your hand beside theirs until their wick remembers how to burn again. That, too, is ministry. The night will try to whisper that your glow is too small to matter, but remember, darkness exaggerates its size. A single faithful light embarrasses 1,000 lies. You were never meant to blind the world, only to remind it that the dawn is inevitable. Carry the lantern low, near your feet. Pride lifts light too high and blinds. Humility keeps it useful. Those walking behind you will see the path because you stayed near the ground. When storms return, and they will, do not panic if the flame bends, it will not break. You were forged for this. Your faith remembers how to flicker without fading. Every gust that tries to snuff you out only feeds the oxygen of purpose. You will find crossroads where many voices shout directions. Pause, hold. The lantern still, the path meant for you, will glow in reflection. I will not hide the next step. I will reveal it 1 inch at a time, because trust grows in increments. Can I trust you with this test? Then keep your light honest. Do not use it for attention. Do not dim it for acceptance. Let it shine without speech. Integrity does not need advertisement. Some will follow your glow and never know your name. Let them. This is legacy. When your light continues, even after your voice rests, do not seek credit. Seek continuation. The flame that burns for me never dies. It transfers. Soon, you will reach a place where the air feels familiar. The first door stands there again. But it looks different now, not a challenge. A circle complete. You touch the handle, and it greets you like an old friend. You smile not with pride, but with peace. You pass through every test, not by conquering, but by remaining. Now look back once more. See the path behind, lit by your own endurance. The doors, the mirrors, the fires, the winds, the fields, all of them still glowing faintly, waiting for others to follow. That is how faith works. One heart shining makes it easier for another to see. You do not need applause. You do not need certainty. You have me. And that is illumination enough. I am not somewhere beyond the light. I am the light inside it. You and I are no longer separate tasks. We are the same testimony. The night ahead does not threaten you. It needs you. It waits for your steady flame to walk its length, for your peace to prove its limits false. You will not wander. You will guide. Carry your lantern with gentleness. Let it cast warmth on those who forgot what grace feels like. Let it rest on faces that never expected kindness again. Let it linger over places once called forsaken until they remember their worth. And when the morning finally comes, as it always does, you will see that light never left. It simply changed forms. The lantern fades only because the sun rises. Your small glow becomes part of the greater one. The mission continues, but the striving ends. Can I trust you with this test? Yes, because you stayed through silence, because you learned to love without noise, because you carried the flame and did not make it about yourself. You did not conquer darkness, you outlasted it. That is how light wins. Now rest. Lantern bearer, set the light beside you for a while. It will keep burning. It knows your hands. The one who gave it watches over both. I am here, as I have always been, not distant, but within. You have passed every test by becoming what I desired most, a steady light that loves quietly and lasts forever. Go in peace. Beloved, night bows where you walk, and the world, seeing your glow, will finally understand. Trust itself was the miracle all along.